sya tad asad yoni janmasu. Translation. The living entity in material nature thus follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus, he meets with good and evil among various species. Purport. This verse is very important for an understanding of how the living entities transmigrate from one body to another. It is explained in the second chapter that living entities transmigrating from one body to another just as one changes dress. This change of dress is due to his attachment to material existence. As long as he is captivated by this false manifestation, he has to continue transmigrating from one body to another. Due to his desire to lord it over material nature, he is put into such undesirable circumstances under the influence of material desire. The entity is born sometimes as a demigod, sometimes as a man, sometimes as a beast, as a bird, as a worm, as an aquatic, as a saintly man, as a bug. This is going on, and in all cases, the living entity thinks himself to be the master of his circumstances, yet he is under the influence of material nature. How he is put into such different bodies is explained here. It is due to association with the different modes of nature. One has to rise, therefore, above the three material modes and become situated in the transcendental position. That is called Krishna consciousness. Unless one is situated in Krishna consciousness, his material consciousness will oblige him to transfer from one body to another because he has material desires since time immemorial. But he has to change that conception. That change can be effected only by hearing from authoritative sources. The best example is here. Arjun is hearing the signs of God from Krishna. The living entity, if he submits to this hearing process, will lose his long cherished desire to dominate material nature, and gradually and proportionately, as he reduces his long desire to dominate, he comes to enjoy spiritual happiness. In a Vedic mantra, it is said that he becomes learned in association with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He proportionately relishes his eternal blissful life.
Okay, what is Krishna saying?
Krishna is saying that unless we have our until unless uh, we go beyond the three modes of material nature and stay in that transcendental state, we cannot get out of this entanglement, and we get into this entanglement because of our association with material nature.
Yeah.
The three modes.
Yeah. It's true. So it's because of our desire, our attachment, our desire, to be here in this material nature. We are continuing in this material world. Sometimes one body, sometimes another, higher body, lower body. But yeah, we are attached to this material nature. So how can we rise above the modes?
By being in association with Krishna, by hearing, chanting, remembering him, and devotional
Yeah,
service. Yeah.
right. Okay, let's go on then.
Okay. उपद्रष्टानुमन्ता च भर्ता भोक्ता महेश्वरः परमा परम आत्मेति चापि युक्तो देहेस्मिन् पुरुषाः परः. Translation. Yet in this body there is another, a transcendental enjoyer, who is the Lord, the supreme proprietor, who exists as the overseer and permitter, and who is known as the supersoul. Purport. It is stated here that the supersoul, who is always with the individual soul, is the representation of the Supreme Lord. He is not an ordinary living entity. Because the monist philosophers take the knower of the body to be one, they think that there is no difference between the supersoul and the individual soul. To clarify this, the Lord says that he is represented as the Paramatma in every body. He is different from the individual soul. He is para, transcendental. The individual soul enjoys the activities of a particular field, but the super soul is present not as finite enjoyer, nor as one taking part in bodily activities, but as the witness, overseer, permitter, and supreme enjoyer. His name is Paramatma, not Atma, and he is transcendental. And because the Paramatma is the Supreme Lord, he is present within to sanction the individual soul's
It is
desiring enjoyment.
it is distinctly clear that the Atma and Paramatma are different.
Oh, sorry. Oh, it is distinctly clear that the Atma and Paramatma are different. The Supersoul, the Paramatma, has legs and hands everywhere, but the individual soul does not. And because the Paramatma is the Supreme Lord, he is present within to sanction the individual soul's desiring material enjoyment. Without the sanction of the Supreme Soul, the individual soul cannot do anything. The individual is Bhukta or the sustained, and the Lord is Bhokta or the maintainer. There are innumerable living entities, and he is staying in them as a friend. The fact is that every individual living entity is eternally part and parcel of the Supreme Lord, and both of them are very intimately related as friends. But the living entity has a tendency to reject the sanction of the Supreme Lord and act independently in an attempt to dominate nature. And because he has this tendency, he is called the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord. The living entity can be situated either in the material energy or in the spiritual energy. As long as he is conditioned by the material energy, the Supreme Lord, as his friend, the Supersoul, stays with him just to get him to return to the spiritual energy. The Lord is always eager to take him back to the spiritual energy, but due to his minute independence, the individual entity is continually rejecting the association of spiritual light. This misuse of independence is the cause of his material strife in the conditioned nature. The Lord, therefore, is always giving instruction from within and from without. From without, he gives instructions as stated in Bhagavad Gita, and from within, he tries to convince the living entity that his activity in the material field are not conducive to real happiness. Just give it up and turn your faith toward me. Then you will be happy, he says. Thus, the intelligent person who places his faith in the Paramatma or the Supreme Personality of Godhead begins to advance toward a blissful eternal life of knowledge.
So, what is the Paramatma doing?
Paramatma is there in our hearts as super soul, and he is acting like our friend, and whatever we desires, he sanctions that desires so that we achieve it,
Yeah,
permits it, yeah, for us to
mm,
go for it.
yeah. He also he's a witness
Mm.
to all our activities, and he's the one who sanctions our desires. It happens so automatically. We desire something, the Paramatma understands our desire. He sends signals to the various demigods who are in charge,
Mm.
of helping us perform particular action. Helps so fast, so automatic that we think we are actually doing it. Like how we create machinery, sophisticated machines,
Mm.
faster and faster. So this is like on another level itself, so fast.
So sometimes, like, when we are doing something and we actually doubt whether should we do it or no, although let's say someone is doing something, uh, uh, the person knows that whatever he's going to do is not good, and sometimes we know from deep inside that it is not good. So is that like Paramatma is telling us that somewhere, deep within, that we get that feeling we should not do this, but still we go for it, and sometimes we
Mm.
stop. we don't do it.
Yeah, yeah, could be, no? Yeah,
Hmm.
could be. Most of the times we are not listening to him, going
Yeah.
against his. That's why we can't hear him anymore. It could be. Sometimes we hear it.
See, without the sanction of the Supreme Soul, the individual soul cannot do anything.
Yeah, it's true. And we have a tendency to reject what the Lord is
Mm.
saying. And we want to say, no, I want to do it. I want to do this. So what is marginal? Why we call marginal energy?
It is. What are we called? Marginal energies. I forgot why.
Yeah, if you're able to see, this is the reason.
Oh, either
What
in
is
material and
margin?
or the spiritual energy.
Mm. So that's why we are like marginal. We choose. We have that free will to choose. We want to choose Maya or we want to choose Krishna. We want to be in the material world or spiritual world. We are at the margin. Tatashta Shakti we are called. Like the ocean shore sometimes is high tide, low tide, the waves are coming in, going back.
Yes.
So the shore sometimes is covered, sometimes not. So we are like that. Sometimes we are choosing Krishna, sometimes we are choosing Maya, but this choice is ours. Who do we choose? Now we have chosen Maya. That's why we are here in the material world. But we are given enough information. We are given this Bhagavad Gita to help us change our choice, help us make better choice, choose Krishna. So Paramatma is in our heart. He's our best friend. He's always with us, no matter what body we take, wherever we go within this material universe, is always there. But it's us. We want to. We are so attached, so attracted to this material energy that we don't care to listen to Paramatma. We don't care to look towards him. I don't know if you all have seen, if you have experienced. Sometimes we are, get so engrossed in something that we can't see something else.
You mean about material energy?
Yeah. Sometimes it may be any activity or something that we really like, and that's the only thing that's going on in our mind, and we are not able to see anything else, see anyone else.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
but that's
happens.
what's happening. It happens, right? So that's our position right now. And then by association with the devotees will say, hear about God, hear about the nature of the soul, of Bhagavad Gita, chant the holy name. Then we may
Mm.
begin to understand Krishna.
And also, like one more thing. Earlier, when I used to not read Bhagavad Gita, at that time, obviously, I totally 100% I used to stay in Maya, right? And nowadays, although I'm reading Bhagavad Gita and I'm chanting, so it's like, like a roller coaster ride. Just like you mentioned, just mentioned that there are tides, some high tides and then low tides. So right now my feelings and my emotions are like that. Sometimes I'm very high in devotional service and sometimes I'm just, normal low and again getting attracted towards material energy.
Mm.
So it
Yeah.
feels like, since I've started reading and chanting, uh, it's like I'm stuck in between. I'm neither there nor here.
Yeah, it's very
Yeah,
natural, you know. It's a very natural thing to feel and go through. But the idea is to still regularly hear and chant. There may be days where you don't even feel like doing it, but still do it.
yeah,
Build that
actually, today is that
practice.
day. I don't feel like doing anything.
Mm. Yeah,
That's why.
that's why we are called sadhaka, right? Practice. We
Mm.
still practice. We don't want to do it. We don't want to do it. We still do it.
Mm.
Then gradually, 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 we'll get the attachment to doing it, get a taste for doing it.
I think
So in that,
also,
mm,
I have noticed this. Maybe I think we should keep our sadhana in, uh, it should be personal. We should not share much of what we are doing with others, because many times I have observed when I share something, the next few days I just get down. My sadhana
mm,
goes, down. Yeah,
mm, okay.
I don't know. It's just my feeling, or does it happen with you also? No.
You mean if you're here, if you're reading Bhagavad Gita with others, or if you're chanting with
No,
others, then you're not able to do
like,
it?
no, no. Like if I share something like, okay, now I have started doing this, this is what my realization is, that is what I'm feeling. So I think maybe at this time, being a sadhak, we should not share these things with others until
Mm,
unless, we mm, reach at some position.
yeah,
Because that's what
yeah.
I'm observing. Yeah. Since last few months, that's what I have observed.
Hmm.
I don't know if it happens with you, or you don't share it with others. Obviously, I share it with devotees only, not like a third person.
Hmm. You mean what your realization is like that?
Yes, yes. Just like this Saturday, we gathered and I shared like being. I also shared with you also, right? Like I don't feel that I'm alone nowadays. Like somebody is
Mm,
always there with me.
mm,
Yeah, like so after that, after sharing it, after Saturday, my sadhana is actually going down. After Saturday, we gathered. I told you, right? We had gathering of devotees, and after
mm,
that, I don't feel like chanting rounds and doing anything much.
mm.
Mm.
Just do it anyways.
Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing. Mm.
Yeah. Yeah, if you feel that, then better not to share. Just try to get more, try to
Mm.
engage more in it rather than if that's what
Yes.
your personal experience is,
Yes.
you know.
I don't know if it's
So,
sharing. Yeah. Maybe I'm not at that position that I can share it with others yet, because it's nothing, it's nothing what I'm doing right now. And when I
mm,
share, obviously we take pride somewhere. Okay, see how much I'm doing. So maybe
mm.
that is the reason.
So then
Mm.
probably then Krishna is, you know,
Yeah, he's trying to convey something.
mm,
Mm.
yeah, because yeah, it's true. Pride comes in, and
Exactly.
then yeah, then so then
Just
instead do it quietly, whatever you are able to do, whatever your practice is, just do it quietly then.
because today I didn't prepare bhog to offer because I didn't feel like it. Uh, so what happened? I was about to do puja, and I was also, in a hurry. Okay, and like I will skip this aartis and I will just do it in a hurry. So what happened is, while I was doing it, uh, you know, um, there's a jot, right? You dip it in the ghee
Mm,
and then you light it, right? So that jot actually it was not lighting up. I changed it twice.
mm.
So I thought maybe Krishna is trying to give me a message that you should be patient enough. It didn't actually
Yeah.
light up twice. I changed it twice, and with the third time when I changed it, then it lit up. Then I did Aarti properly. I thought
Mm,
maybe I'm in a hurry. Maybe Krishna wants
yeah.
to convey something.
Yeah. Could be, no?
Yeah.
Could be.
I tried so hard, at least I wasted 5 to 6 minutes only in lighting that jot up. I don't know why it was happening, but it happened.
Yeah. Then it happens, sometimes we may spend more time trying to
Exactly.
avoid doing something. And if we actually did it, it would have been faster. Yeah.
Hmm. So
So
I
true.
realized. Then I then actually I skipped Guru Aarti. Then I did Guru Aarti.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah. There are many days when we don't feel like doing it, but then it's just, "Oh, no, I have to do it. Okay, even if I don't feel like it, I should do it. And then just go ahead and do it. It becomes, yeah. Of course, it sometimes becomes like a tug of war with the mind, right? But then if we
Mm,
just go ahead and do it, then the mind also becomes calm.
exactly.
You feel, okay, I've done it, what I've committed to this and I've done it, okay.
Mm. Now, actually, after reading this verse, I'm also feeling a bit guilty, that I didn't offer bhog today.
Mm,
Yes. Mhm.
yeah. So it's good then to become like, you're trying to be more regular, so that's good then. It's good. So then you will offer book, because you're already feeling that, right?
Maybe
Getting attached to
more
do it. Mm,
tomorrow in lunch I could offer.
yeah. You're getting attached to that. Very good. Very
I don't know
nice.
if it's attachment. Just I didn't feel, even when I was eating, I was not feeling something is right. Even I didn't enjoy eating the meal.
Mm,
Hmm.
yeah, good. Very good. Very good.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bhagavad
Okay.
Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhaktavinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you for sharing your experiences.